Guys, you're at the Skull and Mortar kitchen, and let's not waste any time. Let's get to our cranberry pork tenderloin. For starters, we've got to make our rub. We want to pack as much cranberry flavor as possible in here, so we're going to add cran dust to the Skull and Mortar original rub. We're going to fire up our Ninja Foodie grill on the dehydrate setting, and we're going to use some dried cranberries. I'm hoping that it's going to make it easier to dry them all the way out, and we can maybe get a little faster action here. Now, they do appear to have some extra sugar in them. They feel a little extra sticky, so they're not 100% completely dried out, but hopefully it's going to give us a head start. We just kind of want to even layer along the bottom of the dehydrator that you're using. So the key is here, we want to do it for a long time at a low temperature. We're going to set ours as low as it'll go, which is 150, and we're going to let it run, 135. So we're going to let it run for about 6 hours and see what happens. Now I'm going to save you the heartache of what happened between clips. 13 hours. We had to grind, add some salt, and then re-dehydrate to get it here. I think we'd have been better off served using actual cranberries versus the dried cranberries. So get your cranberry brick into your food processor and let it do the heavy lifting from here on out. Now we're just going to process this down into a fine powder. There are still some chunks of kind of sticky cranberry in here, but it is what it is at this point. And that's basically what I think we're looking for there. I think that's going to work out well. Now we're going to match this roughly equal parts with our Skull and Mortar original rub. I got some that's kind of clumped up here, so I'm going to go ahead and toss that in. And then we're just going to do the same thing where we run it through the processor and break it on down. Mix it all up, you know what I'm saying? Now we have to make our cranberry barbecue sauce. We're going to open our can of cranberry sauce upside down because some of us just like to watch the world burn. We're going to dump it right into our food processor, and we're not going to bother cleaning up the rub. The rub's just going to kind of add to the flavors we want anyway. So after we're done struggling with the can, we're going to be smart enough to use a little instrument here to pop this out. We're going to pack it on down in there. Now I'm going to go ahead and give it a little precursory spin here just to kind of bust it up before we add the sauce. Now we're just going to add some of the Beach Bum Barbecue OG sauce from skullandmortar.com. You use your favorite sauce. And here it's literally you just add it until you're happy with the consistency with the cranberry flavor. It's totally up to you, whatever you like. I mean, that's what you're going to eat it anyway, right? And then once you get it how you like it, it's time to go ahead and get wild and hit that mix button again. Blend it up till you're happy with the consistency with the mixture. And then we got our sauce done. Now it's time to handle our meat. And I'm not talking about that meat, you pervert. I'm talking about the pork tenderloin we have in front of us. This one comes in a package of two. Both of them are beautiful looking. We're not going to really do much as far as cleanup goes with these, but we are going to inject them full of cranberry juice. Now, I know a lot of you guys probably use apple juice, and you're probably sitting there like, why would I inject this full of cranberry juice? Because we're making cranberry pork tenderloins, my guy. And the thing with the injection is you want to make sure that you inject as much as the meat can take. So let it swell up. You can see the swell we got going here. It looks great. And if it starts to squirt back out, well, then it's too much and you want to back up a little bit. Worst case scenario, it's just going to leak back out. So you really can't do too much. Now guys, it's time to hit this with some rub. You can use your hand, put it in a shaker, whatever. The key is get as much on there as possible. I'm not going to use any binders because I'm going to let it sit for a second, so I'm not going to have any issue with the rub falling off. But you can use a binder if you want. You just want to use something that complements the cranberry flavor, right? While you rub your meat, again, stay classy, dudes. Let's talk about the world's smallest sovereign state. Today's sponsors, the Principality of Sealand. Your boy is officially Duke John Barker, and now my story is forever tied to one of the dopest stories of all time. You too can have a noble title given to you by the royal family of Sealand. I've got a special link below, and use code SkullMortar10 to get 10% off, and you can tie your story to Sealand forever. We're going to talk more about Sealand on TikTok and Insta, so follow me there at Skull and Mortar and learn about how Sealand beat England in a gunfight and prevented a forced takeover, how they beat England in their own courts, and more. So when you see me in the streets, from now on, I only answer to your grace. Now I've got my auto acorn set at 250 degrees, my meat's directly on the rack, my wood is cherry, and about 2 hours later, this is what we're looking at. Now these are ready to be glazed. They're at about 138 degrees internal temperature right now, which gets us almost to where we want them for the final cook. This is that cranberry sauce we made earlier. Feel free to use what you like, but it's not really a cranberry pork tenderloin without the cranberry, right? Guys, so we made our own cranberry rub. We made our own cranberry sauce. We made our own cranberry injection. No, we didn't. We used cranberry juice. Almost got you, sucker. But we put all of that into this tasty morsel of meat, and now we have a cranberry pork tenderloin. Let's give it a cut here. Take a look at that. Some smoke ring there. Nice moist piece of meat. I say we give it a taste. What do you say? Man, the sweetness mixed with the savory of this pork. This is a keeper, guys. I'm just gonna talk with my mouth full, dude, because I'm just a slob. Guys, if you're tired of the ham, if you're tired of the turkey, this is something right in the holiday spirit that you can cook. It's loaded with holiday flavor. It's sweet, it's savory, it's juicy, it's flavorful. It is extremely good, guys. I'm a Skull and Mortar everywhere. Every social media. Check out skullandmortar.com for our merchandise, and I will see you next week with a brand new video. So after we get you looking dope as possible in your Skull and Mortar t-shirt, we gotta get to the cooking. You might as well get that food tasting fly as possible with your Beach Bum Barbecue Rub, made exclusively by Skull and Mortar. It's award-winning. It's gonna take your food from the bottom to the top. And after we sauce you up, we might as well rub you up, my friends, with that Skull and Mortar rub. That's right, don't be a pervert. We're not talking about that kind of rub up, my friend. We're talking about the rub that you put on your meat. Again, come on, dude. Have some class. Put this on your chicken, your pork, your beef, your fish. It doesn't matter, you can put it on anything. If you can find something you can't put it on, shoot me a DM because you'll literally blow my own mind. Check it out now at skullandmortar.com.